for this, and I normally don't, but it's how do I want to approach it? So I have a female client actually. I ended up helping her get married. Surprise! Actually, I helped her brother first. He introduced me to her. I helped her, and oh my god, I said, "Be nice and be in shape." And do you know what happens, ladies? Hold on to your tits. She found a husband, and he's a great guy. Whoa! Let's dissect this complicated formula. So she reaches out every once in a while, and she's younger, obviously, because I'm old. And she's like, I can't, well, let me read it. She's like, I can't believe females my age say these things. And so let me go to the, I feel bad for her boyfriend. It's disrespectful to be hanging out with another guy your boyfriend doesn't trust, but then have the nerve to not be okay with him hanging out with other girls. And she had sent me some screenshots with the group that she belongs to on the social medias. If you establish that you're okay with your partner having opposite sex friendships at the beginning of the relationship or not, but you can't have a standard for your partner, but not you. Now, of course, she is significantly younger. This is a nice young girl, very idealistic. I'm like, yeah, yes, you're right. This is all new to her. There was another girl in the group who was asking for advice for her husband's premature ejaculation problems. These are married women now. And I'm like, girlie, here's the rule of thumb. How would you feel if your husband posted about how you are in an intimate and embarrassing way on social media? Um, my sister and I have been having conversations why it's harder for girls to make friends. Competition. Here we go. um, it's honestly not that hard for women to get men. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. I enjoy Mark Sartain's company. If you watch, you could search him. I was on the last show with him on Fresh and Fit, and he's like, "We shouldn't be cutting off 9-year-old boys' penises." I'm like, "You're right, Mike. We shouldn't. We really shouldn't be." But society wants to push us that way. Uh, and it's just these. We have lost a community, communally, society wide. We have lost our damn minds. Where if you say something is obvious as be sweet and kind and in shape, all the women in this culture, not all, but a majority of them, or at least a very loud plurality of them, will come in, you pick me, I work very. I mean, just this hatred and vitriol. It's like, no, I'm going to stand by that. If you just shut the hell up and we're nice and stayed in shape and we're sweet, you get men. Period. Full stop. It's a fact. Sun rises in the east. Had to think about that. Sets in the west. And I'm saying the sun does rise in the east and sets in the west. And if girls were nice and sweet and weren't terribly overweight, not that insufferable, you get the guys. All of you who have a problem with that statement, you're mentally ill. You're insane. You're mentally divergent, if anyone's going to know where that one came from. So this nice sweet girl says, in honesty, it's honestly not that hard for women to get men. If a girl shows an ounce of sweetness, the right guy will give her the world. I don't understand some of these girls who act super rude and entitled and then expect a guy to treat them like a princess. And I'm like, girl, I guess that's what the young kids are saying, girl. My sister was hanging around our friend's social media group and she was like, wow, those girls are low key, nasty, and rude. All they do is shame guys for not yet making six figures and then get mad at the guys for not paying attention to them. All right. So I've seen that before. And as always, I appreciate reports from the field. I'm old. I don't go out and date anymore. I don't know what it's like. And of course, I gotta like, okay, how much of that is just that Facebook group friend? Da, da, da. But inevitably enough bits of data and empiricism you witness with your own eyes, like unless you're gonna actually go and poll it the empirical data starts to mount that you gotta say, yeah, a significant percentage of the population believes this mentally ill lie. So there I am at my cigar lounge, the one I don't own, but I call it mine. and I think it was Ministry of Otaku sent this to me. And here's this blonde, and again, I don't know, is she doing it for attention? When don't they? Am I right? Ah, ha, ha. And it was a convincing act. I think she was being sincere. She was in her car, kid in the back. No ring, of course. Why would you have a husband? Why? Why would you have a father for your child? And she is like living and pissed off that this guy said, "Hey, ma'am," or miss, or whatever, like 35 feet, she said, away from him in the parking lot. And she went off and like, "You never approach a woman in a parking lot. They're vulnerable." Da, 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 da. And everyone in the comment section is like, what if you dropped your purse? Or what if you, and people are posting that other video where these guys, the girl had taken off from the gas station with a gas pump still in her tank and it ripped off. And they're trying to honk and flag her down. And she's like yelling at him, "You don't approach women. You don't ever do that." Bah, 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 bah. And they're filming it. So then I kind of wondered, like, is this a setup? Is this real? But then I remember not too long ago, I won't say where or when, but a girl was reading a book, and honest to God, guys, it was it was in an environment where one normally wouldn't typically read a book. It's fine to read a book in this particular, but it was odd. It just stood out. And I said, "Well, what are you reading a book for in this particular environment?" And she says, "Why does it shock you women read books?" And so I think I'm pretty safe to say that a significant percent, what that is, I don't know. I would estimate 20 on the low end to damn near 85% of you girls in this country and Western civilization in general, on the younger side, of course. The one I ran into was middle age, 38, 40. You've lost your goddamn minds. I don't, I guess I could speculate, but I don't know where what is now, I'm going to officially call hatred, detestment, um, contempt, distaste, dislike, or some ranging from you have a distaste for men to an outright misandry, which is the opposite of misogyny, an actual intense hatred of men. I don't know where you got it, but it's unfounded. It's not well placed. It's wrong, and you're all miserable for it. And I know I don't care what the feminists said. I don't care what your teachers told you. I don't care what the fat plastic woman on the stage sang the song about how you don't need a guy. That's fine. You don't need the guy. But Jesus Christ, can you stop hating on these guys? And if you think this hatred is rational, if you think male interacting with men, whether it's like, man, miss, oh my God, what if he did ask you out? Oh, is is that now a crime? It isn't. It isn't. But in your minds, if you're like that offended, that pissed off, you're the ones with the problems and you have lost your goddamn minds. And knowing what I know about philosophy and stoicism and this and that and that and this and the point and purpose of life, I am fully aware that you girls do not need men anymore. I agree with you. You don't. Read some of my books, read some of my writings. I'm operating from the premise that women never liked men that much to begin with anyway, and men not liking women that much either. It was society and the environment that brought us together by force, more or less. And now with the advances in technology and white collar work and the welfare state, you absolutely don't need men. And now it is a choice. But I mean, but by God, what else is there? I am fully sympathetic with you girls that the majority of men are not worthy. I get it. I mean, I don't know, you created them. You kept voting Democrat and government aid and putting life on easy mode and stimmy checks. And you're like, where have all the good men gone? I like, well, you created them. These are your Frankenstein monsters. You raised a bunch of soy boy pussies. But regardless of their origin, I understand there are not a lot of quality men out there. I get it. I get it. But if there were to be some quality men, if there were to be, You do understand that's about the only thing in life, right? You understand that? Like, after you get your career and everything done and everything, really about the only thing there would be either a husband or significant other and children or family? I gotta envy Jack Donovan. He said it first. He's like, I don't know why men and women. Jack, by the way, Jack Donovan, author, completely Jack guy, great guy. He happens to be gay. He's like, man, I don't know how you guys tolerate each other. I wish I was gay, Jack. I really do. Be a lot easier. Be a lot easier. Oh, but I for whatever you've been told, however, whatever slimy, scummy person was whispering in your ear, like the guy in the Lord of the Rings, however you got to this position where you just slam on men all the time and, oh, they're worthless and scum, and oh, my husband can't get it up. Oh, he needs to make six. However you got here, in the end, sadly, that's about the only thing that's really going to give your life value. Sadly. And you don't have to believe me. It's just my I mean, because I'm kind of like, well, what else is there? Really? And if it's authentic and real, and you girls just absolutely hated men this entire time, this contempt for men, or you're so afraid of men that any interaction it could, oh my God, don't you dare approach a guy on the parking, a girl in the car parking lot. Don't you dare ask a girl why she's reading. I even forgot where I was going with it, but if it's gotten to that point, if hang on, let me rethink it through. Ask how you got to that point. Ask how you got to this contempt and hatred for men. I'm just going to call it hatred because I'm sick and tired of, like, well, technically some girls don't really hate. They're just more competitive. No, no, this is pushing outright hatred and mental illness. Ask yourself how you got it. Why? Why do you hate them so much? What? What did they do? Is this where we go into the patriarchy thing? And then ask yourself the question, well, did they really do this evil, bad thing? Is our contempt and hatred and vitriol, is it warranted? And then also ask, well, wait a minute, what if men were to maybe do a good thing in our lives to, like, contribute to our lives and our society? So that's all I ask for the women, for the lady side of things. For the guys, j- I guess just like kind of two lessons I'd say, or two things for you to take away from. It's not you. This is not healthy. This is not sane. These girls have lost their damn minds. For 199,900 years, we got along fine as men and women, and now all of a sudden our existence is pissing them off, and we can't interact with one another. Right? That's not sane. You cannot interact with insane people. I know you young boys, because of your genetics and biology. Oh, I gotta impress the girls. What do I gotta do? What do I gotta do? And it seems like nothing works. You're like, why do they seem to not like us at all? Not you guys. It's not you. You didn't do anything. Right? And the other thing is, you can't invest in crazy. There's no way you can invest in this. I want a man to make an investment. I want him to take me out to dinner. No, can't invest in people that are brainwashed to have this contempt and hatred of you, or at least a dislike, an us versus them competitive thing where, like, God, jeez, all I want a girl is to show up on time, be nice, and be sweet, and be physically attractive. You can't invest in that. You can't. And until, I don't know when it's going to change, guys. Well, I do. I did a video, how the dating nightmare ends in America. And you can read about that or watch that video more on economics. But for now, because you can't, it's almost, maybe I could make it more of a more of a physical sciences thing. Like, the laws of physics and chemistry govern different apparatuses, different environments. And so you at least have these laws of physics and chemistry, like, oh, if I add this chemical to that chemical, I'll get a gas, or I'll get an explosion, or I'll get heat, or it'll be cold. And these rules and laws allow you to say, "Oh, okay, I can invest in this system and get kind of the results I want." But if there are no rules and laws where your mere existence and participation in presence pisses off the environment or pisses off the test subject or the system or blows it all up, you can't invest in that because there are no known rules. There's no known laws. And whereas genetically, biologically, historically, traditionally, we had this, you guys, you young boys don't have the time for this. You really don't. So, one, let me spare you the sandy. It is not you. These girls have lost their damn minds. Not all of them, just anywhere between 20% to 80% of them. I don't know which. We'd have to do polling. And since they have lost their damn minds and you can't invest in crazy because there's no consistency or regular behavior or stability or sanity involved, the only thing left to do is invest in yourself. I mean, yeah, nice girl comes along, go out with her, sure. I mean, God, she's nice and sweet and demure and pretty and treats you nice. God sake, hold on to that one. But assuming not, assuming you're gonna get stood up, assuming you're gonna, hey, miss, don't you talk to me. Um, yeah, don't take it personally, and I don't know, go to the gym some more. Take an extra college class. Pick up a Go for that master's you're a welder, go for that master's welder certification. Pick up truck driving, go read a book, play some video games, get a dog, anything, anything. Focus on yourself, focus on your life, and yeah, I don't know, really, gals, is it coming to the point that you're gonna be stranded on the side of the road and guys just aren't gonna help you? A lot of girls are gonna say, "Well, that's not us. They're ruining it." Well, you better start policing the not us then. As in another thing I was gonna say, like, okay, I gotta figure out how much of this is fake, how much of this is to get clicks. But then you should also ask the counter, like, okay, where's the celebration? Where's the nice thing? Oh, this nice man did this nice thing. Look at how kind he was. I just want to say thank you on tape. All I see is the hate. I just see the whining and the complaining and the hate. I don't see any celebration of guys on the other side. I saw that. Okay, it balances out. These bitches be cray cray. You just write it off. I don't see the counter. And so I'm led to believe that, yeah, this is a significant percent. So there you go. What I got linked below. Oh yeah, if you want to focus on yourself, guys, I linked to some things that'll help you. I mean, at least you can make money, get your finances squared away. So I have linked below is a course on Teachable called Achieving Financial Excellence. And then I also linked to the Book of Numbers. Just so you know, analyzing the ROI in the pursuit of women. Like, guys, you got one life. You gotta invest it wisely. And okay, girls, we got it. We got it. We got it loud and clear. You don't like guys. We got it. Now, yeah, at any point in time, you can tell me down below, ladies. Go ahead. Show us how much you like guys. Let's see it in the comments section. Let's see how much you're like, no, that girl's crazy. No, I love this. Send me links. Say, look at this nice thing this lady said about men. Give the young boys a little bit of hope. Back in the day, they used to have cheerleaders. They would cheer people on, but I don't want to explain that. That's a very complicated thing. But so yeah, down there is the Book of Numbers analyzing the ROI in the pursuit of women. So you guys know to invest money and time into yourself. And then achieving financial excellence. So that's like your step one in getting your financial act together. You might as well, what? You're going to go to nightclubs at 21, 22? Really? You might as well work extra shifts, save up money for a down payment on a house. I've said it before a couple videos back. You should all be going asking your parents, look, please let me live here. I'll work 2 full-time jobs. I'm going to save up the money. And by the time you're 22, when all your idiot friends are graduating from college with worthless degrees, you got like $200,000 saved up. And you can go and make a down payment on the house. And then by the time you're 30, maybe, I don't know, that's several years from now. I don't know if the girls are going to get their heads out of their asses and maybe like not view men as public enemy number one. And I'm willing to be convinced. I'm willing to be convinced I'm wrong and just being overly pessimistic. But I'm kind of getting sick and tired of the man hatred going on here. God almighty. And I feel man, for you young boys, I feel so bad for you. Like, you need to make six figures, like like that, like it's nothing. And then you're shamed if you don't. Guys, you don't have time for that crap. You just don't. And dare I recommend something to you girls, you humble down a little bit. You go make 100,000. If it's so easy, let's see you do it. Coach JR, 11 Canadian bucks. Hey, Aaron, question. Hang out with this chick who's starting the show Friend Flags. It's her birthday this weekend. Also, you mean I'm hanging out with this chick who's starting to show Friend Flags? It's her birthday this weekend. Also already slept with her. Go out with my buddy with this new set of girl. What? Or go out with my buddy with these new set of I guess go out with the buddies a new set of girls. If she's already showing you friend flags, okay, you had your roll in the hay. Oh my god, look at this. Doc, how you been, man? Where have you been? The Blue Wrench. Matt Baker, 13 Canadian bucks. The political polarization, women's propensity to vote Democrat left, men to vote right, then social media and commercials pushing this anti-man rhetoric leads to this. Currently investing in me. I, yeah, you're right. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I know it's certainly the feminists. I know that hit my generation early. I was 6 freaking years old, and our teachers are like, women can do it. And that has not let up. Yeah, the social media hasn't helped. I would just like to just logic to me, like, okay, if there were an equal amount of women that just really love men, wouldn't we see something similar to this? We don't. We absolutely don't. Dong is fun, $2. Negativity sales on the internet, sells on the internet, not positive. All right, you know what? You're right. Maybe you're right. Well, I know you're right about that, but maybe I'm just seeing the worst of the worst. I'm just so sick of, oh, you're the problem. Shut up. Aubrey, 279 Canadian. What's your favorite protein powder shake? I don't do protein shakes. I just eat meat. Um, yeah, a lot of steak, some chicken, some salmon. Oh, I eat like a king. I do eat like a king. All right. Oh, one more. Men doing their own thing for Tree Fitty. All right. Loch Ness Monster. I Let me pose a counter argument to those saying negativity is only what sells on the internet. I get that, and the internet isn't the real world. Where have you guys seen positivity in the real world? Do you guys have any good? Send me some good news, guys. Send me when a girl did some great night. Oh, I was working this shift, and this girl showed up with some lasagna, like it was the movie Clerks. I'm willing for some good news. But here's my friend, colleague. This is not like negativity. She has no incentive to give me the negative news. This is what's happening. In other words, I'm saying if we got the pendulum or the little needle marker where there's genuine misandry and women are just cheering on men like it's World War II, we are way closer to the misandry part than we are women liking men. And at minimum, we should say, yeah, that girl's crazy. She should be shamed. Like that happened with that gal who set up the guy at the gym. All right, that's it. There's like, okay, a little bit of my faith in humanity has been restored. But am I wrong, young? Because she's a younger gal. She's talking to younger gals, obviously younger guys. And I have run into younger guys, and they go like this, dude, it's a nightmare out here. Am I getting all the wrong information? All right. I gotta go here in a little bit because I got an interview with Paul at the Come On Man podcast. Frank Foot, $2. Why do you hate the East Coast? I don't hate the East Coast. I mean, I hate New York and Philadelphia and Baltimore and DC and all that because they're leftist. But I don't hate the eastern part of the country. It's just not as good as the West. Like I had a wonderful motorcycle ride out on the east side. I've had a great time in New Jersey. Um, I enjoy Tennessee. I enjoy the Smokies. I guess it's not the coast. Savannah, I really enjoyed that. So I enjoy the East Coast. It's just that just the physical location of, these physical states. Nothing wrong. I love Florida. It's technically the East Coast. But New England and any major leftist crap hole, no. No, I don't like those places. I don't like those people. And so if I had a preference to live somewhere, I prefer to live out west where the mountains are taller and more hiking and more motorcycle riding. I'm not a big ocean guy either. Like I'm not a big fan of the Pacific, obviously. Um, but yeah, I don't know, I like mountains. Mr. Patrick James, 20 generous dollars. You are the man, Aaron. If you ever find yourself in Orange County, California, I'll buy you a beer. Yeah, speaking of places I don't like going, California. It's I appreciate it, Patrick. All right. Was that it? Nope. Dong is fun. $2. I could send you dogs doing amazing things. I just send me the links, guys. Show me where a girl is saying something nice about it. Like, not scripted, not like, hey guys, with their mega hat on. I want to see something in the real world where a girl just did something nice for a guy, where she's not bitching and whining about a guy. I want to say, like, dude, send me a screenshot of something on Facebook where, oh, I really like my husband. I made him cookies the other day because he fixed the car or so. Show it to me. Show it to me. Because until I start seeing real world empirical instances of, oh, it's good news, the girl did a nice thing, da, 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 I'm going to have to start assuming, yeah, okay, you girls just don't like, I know you never like guys that much, but I think it's starting to push hatred or certainly a detestment or a dislike. And I don't know what country or civilization ever made it where the men and women actually hate or one hated. I don't think the guys hate women, right? Oh God, heaven help you girls if goes to that. I mean, the men would like to maybe help you, but guys are like, well, I'm not helping her on the side of the road. What if I get accused? And now this crazy lady screaming and they're like, don't you dare approach a woman in a parking lot. Okay, we're done. We're done. We're done. And we're not going to help you with your toilets. And we're not going to help you put on. We're done. We're just done. I think you young men should like kind of take the hint, like, okay, all right, you're treating me like this. I got it. You want to good. I have other things to do. I gotta work. I gotta get my degree, I gotta get a job, and I gotta go find a piece of property where I'm left the F alone and the culture doesn't hate. I gotta go to a country where the women don't hate their men, where it's not this constant whining bitch fest all the freaking time. Aubrey, 279. Thoughts on the Nashville shooter? I mean, mentally ill, obviously. And not that because they're trans, but because they were mentally ill. I've actually had a couple trans clients here. They can be. Just so you know, in defense of trans people, there are legit trans people and they're mentally fine. Sadly, most people who do that are not trans. They're just mentally ill and they think this is the solution. And this person was obviously mentally ill because the solution was to go shoot up a bunch of places. I about the only thing I would add to it is I'd love to know how stringent that, because it was a Christian school, how stringent was that Christianity? I do not like my parochial school Christian teachers. Don't like them at all. I am somewhat sympathetic. That doesn't excuse it, but I'm like, if they were anything like that, but that is not the solution. That is wrong. And I don't know why she would take out little kids or he would take out little kids. Because wasn't he 28? Like, why would you take out the little kids? If the teachers did something to you, all right, at least that makes sense. It's not right, but it makes sense. But the little kids, I'm like, no, there's something wrong with you there. That's evil. So I'm glad that person is dead. Scrolling down. Matthew Baker, 6 Canadian bucks. Keep up the good work, Aaron. Have you thought about appearing on the Timcast in real life? Well, yeah, but I can't just, hey, I'm Aaron Clary, Tim. Could you bring me on? By the way, a chick helped me at a drugstore. Also, they might be chameleons. I'm not gonna go that far either. Like anytime a girl treats you nice, she wants something. Um, I just, I mean, that's nice. A girl helped you at a drugstore. Was that her job? Was she working there? I want to know. I just show me somewhere. Oh, I was on the side of the road and this girl pulled over and said, "Hey, do you want to get in the car because it's raining?" I mean, legitimately something like that. Michael Kingswood, who you can find at noncommunistsciencefiction.com. Hey, how dare you not like where I live? Yeah, California is weird. Aren't we friends? We are friends. I thought your whole goal was to leave California, sir. Actually, I know your goal was to leave California, but you have other business things going on keeping you there. Babada. $5 investing. No more super chats, guys. I got to go on with Paul here in about 9 minutes. Invest in yourself is correct. Instead of $90 on a date, I'll spend 40 on a round of 18 holes in my local. Yeah, and you're going to be much happier, guys, because it just if you're going out with insane people, even if they're just your friends, this is not worth it. If there's already this pre-established hatred or contempt for men that teachers and feminists and parents and the media have already instilled in these young girls to view you as the enemy or your adversary, just go do your thing, man. Go do your life is too short for this crap. Travis Sharp, $5. Women rack up a high body count, then they suddenly look for a good man to settle with and get pissed that men are rejecting them for their baggage. I don't even think it's that. That's when they're older. This is younger gals that just seem to have this sadly already established dislike for men when they haven't even gone out with men or very young. Dung is fun, $2. I was accused of mansplaining 4 years, man. It's like, yeah, that right there. I'm trying to help you so you do this thing right. Stop mansplaining. F you. Fix it. Go YouTube it. Fine. I'm out of here. What kind of oil? Well, I don't want to mansplain to you. Two-stroke in that 8-cylinder engine. Yeah. Yeah, two-stroke. Ascot man, $5. Women showing genuine kindness to men. Come on, Cappy. Let's be realistic here. What are you asking for is nothing short of a miracle here. Well, I want to see it, so I'm proven wrong. Until then, I'm just going to assume I'm right. And until I see women starting to treat men better, I'm going and treating men worse. I'm just going to start. I got a little bit left of. All right, you don't outright hate men, but the needle just has to be bumped a little bit more. I'm like, okay, you outright hate men. Got it. Not going to mince words here. Did you know, Matt? $2. Troy is a passport bro. It's that bad. Troy bless. Oh, Troy Francis. Well, he's in Europe. Kate, don't you all have to be? I mean, especially when your countries are about, the size of a county here in the United States. Aren't you already a passport bro in Europe automatically? That's it. That's it. That's it. All right, link below. Achieving Financial Excellence and the Book of Numbers, Analyzing ROI in Pursuit of Women. Ladies, prove me wrong. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.